Let's start our warm-up, ladies. Swing the arms, knees up, pull that tummy tight. Lots of movement here. We want to get the blood flowing. Muscles want oxygen to perform, so let's bring it to them. Let's bring your knees up and twist. My name is Rhoda. This is Fab and Fit over 40 and beyond. Welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm so glad you found the channel. Arms forward and back here. We work on exercising in an appropriate way for women over 40. Strength training like today. It's gonna build lean muscle. Lean muscle, reach out here, requires more calories to exist on your body than fat does. So of course, your metabolism is going to be higher if you can create some lean muscle like we're doing today. Out and in with the toes. We do low impact cardio, protecting your joints while we burn fat and strengthen your heart, the most important muscle in your body. Arms up and down, heels to the front here. Abs, core, and balance. We want good posture as we age and strong balance. We want to grow old in a way, swing the arms here, where we will be enjoying life. We will have a body that can work for us because we've kept it nice and strong. And that's what we do on my channel. Today, targeting those trouble areas, glutes, abs, upper back, that bra area, inner thighs, arms, front and back of the arms, and the shoulders. When your shoulders look good, coming down into your arm, everything looks good. Starting with glutes, we're gonna use our chair. We've got donkey kicks to start. 3 exercises on one side before we go to the other. Nice flat back here, bending the knee. Tummy is tight. Standing leg has a little bend. Foot to the ceiling and down. Now take this slow. We're going to get about 12 reps in the first 30 seconds. And then we're going to do 3 pulses for the last 15 seconds. Each set of 3 pulses will take us about 5 seconds. So I'm going to keep my eyes on the clock and make sure when we get to 15 seconds, we pulse it out. We're gonna really drive it home. We want those pretty glutes, right? Here we go. Pulse it. 3, 2, 1, and down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and down. Let's do it one more time. Come on. 3, 2, 1, and take a rest. Shake out that leg because we're gonna continue to use it. This time, same position, bent 90-degree angle at the knee. We're going to do what's called a hydrant. You're gonna come out to the side. Now, something to keep in mind here. Out to the side does not mean lift the hips, all right? Hips stay square. Nothing moves but the leg. Here we go. Lift and lower. Lift. Lift. Feel that standing leg work as well. That's what we call an isometric hold. It's holding your entire body weight up, and that is hard work. So you're gonna feel the burn there as well while we work the other side in what we call dynamic fashion. So this is dynamic movement. And then we pulse. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I know your leg's getting tired. Keep those hips square. Make it be about the legs. Down. One more time. 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Nice job, ladies. One more on this leg. You're actually gonna get a little break on this glute. We're gonna go through that dynamic movement. You're gonna feel it work, but that standing leg, you're gonna throw that balance off a little bit so that isometric standing move on the other leg is working too. Toe is across the back. Slight bend in your knee, big circle up, tap it as far out as you can, bring it in, tap it way in. Big movements here. You'll feel your core engage. Right here, you'll feel the waistline. A little bonus, glutes and abs, we like to work them, I know. Of course, this is a glute focus right here, but those ab muscles, core muscles, they do support most of the strength work that you'll be doing at any given time. If you're sitting down and doing a isolated bicep curl, for example, you're not really using your core. But if you're standing up and your body is moving, that core has to engage. You may not necessarily feel it, but they're what we call our stabilizer muscles. They're grab and hold so that your body stays upright. We're gonna take 60 seconds, a minute between these exercises. I want you to do some stretching. That was targeted work. I'm sure you can agree with me, right? It's burning. So sitting here, a little push on the leg. Breathe. Larger muscles of the lower body, they're gonna bring your heart rate up. You're gonna hold onto your chair, feet close to the chair, and just lean, just stretching out that outer glute here. If your arm is up over your head, you're gonna really feel that stretch happen. And then we're gonna get going on the other side. Are you ready? I hope so. Ready or not, right? Here we go. Set yourself up. Remember, nice flat back. Standing leg is a slight bend. 90-degree angle in this leg. Foot goes up to the ceiling. Here we go. We'll be looking at about 12 reps, and then we'll do that pulsing. Pulsing will show up a couple other times in this workout. Just a way to really bring it home. Works on some exercises, not so much on others. One more, and we'll go into our pulses. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, take it up. 3, 2, 1. Release. One more time. Push. 3, 2, 1. And take a much needed rest. Shake out those legs. Get that blood flowing. That's what the legs want. They want that blood to come into those glutes to help them already begin their healing process. So the hydrants, other side. Remember, don't rotate those hips. By keeping those hips square, you are targeting that outer glute right here. You know the area, right? The outer glute, outer thigh. We want it to look strong, firm, and shapely. This is how we do it. Standing leg burning. We did so much work over on this leg that it's gonna burn here. It's tired. Pulse. 2, 1. I missed that one. Ready? Here we go. Pulse it. 3, 2, 1. We can catch up. Now we're good. Three pulses. 3, 2, 1. And rest. Excellent. Shake out the standing leg. We're gonna go into that up and over, I call it. Make that nice big half circle up over. Working both the standing and the moving leg in 2 different ways. Take a breath. Just check your form, flat back, hinging from the waist. Toe as far over as you can. Here we go. Up and tap. Take it slow and controlled. Remember, you have that 60-second rest. That should make you happy to know that's coming. And we'll do a little stretching. So for example, this exercise, really not something you would pulse, right? How would you do that? So we're gonna stick with the dynamic movement through this one. And rest. Nice job. All right, have a seat. Let's go ahead and stretch that moving leg, just moving. Give it a little push, take a breath. Exhale, smile. You got through your glute portion here. Moving on to abs next. Let's go ahead and hit the other one more time because it was standing there burning a little bit. We'll do a stretch at the end, but I want to get you stretching right away. Reach up and over here when we work this kind of intense targeted work. Good. All right. Going to my lighter weights. Moving into standing abs. You can actually get standing abs can be more effective than when we are gotta put our weight overhead when we are on the mat. Now we're gonna do alternating kicks, one on each side. Ready? Kick it out, so it's one, other side, pull the tummy tight. Now, crunch to the side, crunch. Other side, crunch. Abs are tight. Pull the tummy in, crunch it out. Side and side. Hang in there with me, come on. It's worth it. Lower ab right here, you want it, I know. Crunch. And crunch. Kick it out. Crunch. Keep going, almost there, come on. And a kick, another kick, and rest. Nice work. All right, we are going to stand now and we're going to do a bicycle crunch. So we're coming across, same leg, you're gonna punch across, leg at an angle. So we're lower ab, inner oblique here, okay? Just pulling it all in and we'll alternate. So let's start with your right leg moving, crunch it out bicycle style, twist, and then punch across as the leg comes up at an angle, other side, twist, and across. Oops, didn't really angle that leg. Try and bring it across right there. There we go. Bonus, feel that stretch in the glute? Yeah, that feels kind of nice back there. Almost there, come on. Gonna be even because we started on this side, finish on this side. And nice work, take a rest. Okay, I'm gonna go to a halo wood chop. I'm gonna pick up my heavier medium dumbbell. So we're going over right shoulder. Once we're here, we'll chop down, come up, left shoulder. Now follow me on this halo. We want to really rotate away from the dumbbell. Now chop it, follow the weight with your eyes, other side. Hip roll, chop, bring it up, right shoulder. Really rotate the hips there, make those abs work. Getting core as well. Left shoulder, left wood chop, I should say. Right shoulder, right wood chop. Keep going, come on. Good hip action. It's gonna make a difference, I promise. And we'll get this final one in here. Good. All right, you've got another nice rest. Hands on your knees. Round that back. You're gonna feel some tightness back there possibly. Just opening up from the tailbone all the way up to the top of your head. Drop your shoulders here. Let that lower back really open up. Get that blood flow going. Good, roll it up. Reach over. When we're doing ab work, we're actually working our back as well. The core is from your shoulders, upper chest area, all the way down to your hips. All right, you ready to work those inner thighs? I'm gonna pick up my heavier dumbbells. I have 2 12s, so I'll be using 24 pounds here. I'm gonna hold it right at my chest, toes out. Now, I do not want you to modify here. I want you to try to do this even if you get a slight bend. When you do the slight bend, hold that inner thigh, contract it. Otherwise, get low with me and push. Find where you can do this. If you have knee problems, this is not driving into your knee. Because of the feet being out farther than the knees and the knees farther than the hips, so long as you're pushing through the heel and sitting back like you're sitting in a chair, you're not putting pressure on that knee. Go right there and up. Contract, up. Just change the distance down and up, that's all. And nice work. Go ahead and grab your chair for this next one. We're gonna do a variation of a soccer kick. So we're gonna use the chair like a ballet bar. You're gonna bring the foot up at a bit of an angle, and we're gonna lift right here, all right? Use the inner thigh to lift. Lift, pull the tummy tight. Think about pushing your heel towards your ceiling. Your foot is flexed. You're working against gravity. You're not giving the muscle a rest. It's holding that leg up off the ground. This muscle is contracting to keep your leg up. And then we push it, make it work, contract more to lift that leg even higher. And it should start to burn. At first it's like, oh, this isn't so bad, right? Burn, yeah. Hang in there, we're in single digits on the clock. Almost done. Quads burning a little bit too, that's okay. We want the legs to look nice. We hit those glutes, we hit the outer thigh, hitting the inner thigh here. Bonus, you're hitting the front of the leg too. So we're getting it all in this workout. Get your breath. I'm a little breathy. These lower body moves definitely bring the heart rate up. Get your position, flexed foot, heel to the ceiling. Lift. Lift. Now hold those abs tight, shoulders back, hand on the chair for balance. Focus on the work in the leg. It's okay to hang on to the chair because we are doing very targeted work here on this inner thigh. I want you to have good balance so that every time you do this lift, you feel it. I want you to feel that inner thigh work right there. Hang in there. Five seconds, come on. Can we do one more? One more. There it is, that's enough, okay. Good job. All right, gonna move the chair. Let's stretch it out. Step out. You don't have to bend this knee. You can bend this knee, but just stepping out, pulling on the inner thigh here. You should feel right in the inner thigh part of the leg, the muscle elongating. Getting nice and long. Blood is pumping. You're giving that blood a really good highway to go through those muscles. They don't have to go around a bunch of corners and up and down hills. Whew, all right. We are on to the back. I'm gonna grab light dumbbells. I'm gonna hold them at the front of my body. I'm gonna come up at an angle to a V, and then I'm gonna pull. So I'm pulling and crunching this muscle right back here, which is where the bra overhang happens, right? Here we go. We're gonna alternate right arm. Bring it up, crunch, feel it. Up and down, other side. Lift, crunch. Bonus, we're getting some upper back with the lift here, top of those lats, but we're really focused in on that area. We wanna tighten up. And then, bra overhang is solved in the kitchen. We wanna eat good food, all the food groups, okay? Sugar's not a food group, darn, because it's my favorite. But you want good carbs like oatmeals, whole grains, quinoa, whole grain wheat if you can tolerate the gluten, and rest, good. Lean proteins, fruits and vegetables, that fiber, that is what helps keep the inflammation down and helps keep you nice and lean. We're gonna do a plank with a back row, or you can just do a back row if you're just starting out. So right here or here, pull. Now this is the entire back on the side that you're lifting from. You've got core going on. So the front and back of the torso, working hard here, modifying with the feet in. That just takes a little bit out of the core, but it doesn't change the work you're doing on this targeted muscle here. If you're just starting out, it's a good idea to just do the targeted muscle. You'll get to the point where that plank is gonna happen for you. Don't push. Make the work you do valuable. Right now, doing these back rows is the value. That's where you're going to get the benefit that we're looking for in this workout. You have a bonus with that plank, but really, if you're just starting out, learn your form, feel good about it, get stronger, and then you'll be able to add these additional bonus sort of things like this plank. Now my feet are fairly wide here. This shoulder, it's a little irritation lately, So I may need to step in. I've got my feet nice and wide because the farther in they are, the less balanced your plank is. So I'm hoping with the wide stance, it's going to really help support the move. But if the shoulder starts to get irritated, I will adjust it. I do not want to cause injury to myself or to you. So I'm going to step in, keep going with my back row. That releases that pressure on that shoulder so that I know I can keep exercising. Don't push too hard so that you get so sore or hopefully not injured so that you can keep going, all right? Let's take the hands, rounding the back here, rounding across the back and from the head down. Really focus on getting that across the shoulder blade stretch here. Then we're gonna roll our shoulders. Just get them nice and loose. We're moving on to shoulders next. Other direction. You know what I say, and it's true. You can have nice shapely shoulders that lead into those biceps and triceps. You've seen it, right? That nice cut in there. That's what we're going for. That's why shoulders, when we're targeting trouble areas, even if you don't think of your shoulders as, you know, a targeted trouble area, it's what's going to feed into those arms. All right, palms facing me. And that way they all come together to look great. I call this the sunshine rays, just like to think of sunshine. You're going to come up, down, alternating front raise, lift. Front of the shoulder right there, lift. Some chest work as well. Why not? Lifting straight and straight. Nice and slow and controlled. Feel the work. These long arms. We're not pulling this weight in towards our body at all, like we did with those back rows. So you're gonna need to go a little lighter with the dumbbells because gravity is pulling on the dumbbells. It's also pulling on the entire arm from the shoulder all the way down to your hand. That's why 5 pounds or 3 pounds or 2 pounds feels heavier than that, right? Okay? All right, we're gonna have the weight, sticking with my 5s here. Think about the back of the shoulder here. We wanna make a crunch back there. So we're putting the dumbbells out, palms facing each other. It's gonna make it a little lighter because of what I just said. Pull, push it out, other side, pull. Feel that in the back of the shoulder, upper back right there. Hitting the upper part of that bra area and also the back of the shoulder. So because the weights are up and down versus like that, a little less gravity pull. You can see the difference. It's pulling on the head of the weight versus the whole weight. Does make a difference. I want you to focus on working that back of the shoulder, not on how am I gonna hold these weights for this entire 45 seconds. And if it does get too hard, put the weights down, just do the move. You're still getting the work. And rest, good work, all right. You know what, with this shoulder, I'm gonna stick light here. We're gonna do a press, come down, squeeze to the front. Rolling them out because it's gonna burn. But we want that, that's good. Make your box, lower part of your box here, palms face me, press, slowly down, now squeeze the front of the shoulder, opening, squeezing the back of the shoulder. Press it. And squeeze it, nice and slow and controlled here. Burning up, this is like our pulses because we just work these shoulders a lot. We had those 2 45-second rounds and here's the third and we're burning it up. That's why we're doing 3 exercises on one muscle group because you wanted to target those areas. I know you love these targeted workouts. This is how we do it. We stick with that one muscle group until we really can't work it any longer. Are you there yet? I am there. I am there right now. Thank goodness we're gonna hear that beep. Whew. Go ahead and put the weights down. Let's just start with some shoulder rolls. Get some movement here. Wow. We are moving into our final circuit, arms. Shoulder and back, front and back here. Bring one across, stretch out that back of the shoulder a little bit. Whew. And other side. biceps and triceps. The triceps are the back of the arms. I'm gonna go with my medium dumbbells here. We're gonna combine. So we're gonna do a bicep curl. Then once the weight is down, straight arm lift to the back, lift. And then the other side, lift. Kind of like what we did with the shoulders with that raise, and then we lifted in the front. We're gonna lift in the back, and that's gonna start our tricep work. Get ready. I've got a staggered stance, one foot before the other. Here we go. Curl, squeeze the bicep. Release, lift back, lift back. If you prefer your feet under you, that's perfectly fine. Find what works for you. Here we go, lift. Lift, try not to lean out of this. I just did. What I did was I was right here. I leaned out of it. That took that work out of my tricep. Got to keep the upper body still and upright, shoulders back. Make the tricep do the work there. Let's do one lift each side. Finish on the other side for me. Nice work. All right, bringing the weight in front. We're gonna alternate. You're gonna do a curl up around the front and then lift to the side. Curl it and lift it, just like that, okay? Deep breath. Right arm first. Here we go. Keep that weight right next to the body. Lift. The head of the weight comes up and over. Working on hitting that bicep and that tricep from different angles. When we do that, that's how we create the nice shape. If you did the same exercise over and over again on a muscle, you will improve that muscle in that one position. We want them to look great all the way around, right? So that's why we vary the work here. I said we were going to alternate, didn't I? I meant focus on this one side. Good. All right, other side. Then we're done. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. Nice work. All right, here we go. Whew. I am feeling breathy. Strength work can do that. It can get your heart rate up. Here we go. Not like you're out running, right? Of course not. But you don't need to do that. You do not need to do that to make your heart do extra work. And if you think about your heart only has so many beats to beat for your life. You don't know what they are. Nobody does. We want each beat of that heart to be effective. So if your heart is nice and strong because you breathe a little heavy during your workouts, you do that low impact cardio, and we do sprinkle that into our program. Every time that heart beats, it's more effective, so it doesn't have to beat quite so quickly next time. So think about the number of heartbeats that you have for your lifetime. There's the end of that. Heart beats very effectively, doesn't have to beat again, so you have a lower heart rate in general, other than when you're exercising. That means that effective heart is going to help you live longer. It's pretty simple as far as that part of it goes. Nice work. All right, let's see. Let's stretch those biceps. We just worked them. Palms up. Of course, there are other things. You want to watch your cholesterol, right? And some people are just naturally prone to developing, cholesterol elevation. So making sure you're eating that healthy diet is so important. Those fats, roll the shoulders, and even those fats you think are good fats, like, those vegetable oils, other direction, that creates a whole nother issue. Pat yourself on the back. The way your body can digest them, anything that's processed like that, your body struggles with. So I'm not saying eat lard, but if you think about it, lard is a natural fat. Your body would know what to do with it. I'm not saying eat it, but other side. When you're taking oils that are derived from vegetables, body's not quite sure what that's all about. So it slows down metabolism as it figures it out. That's a very simple way of stating a very complicated thing. But hands on your knees here, let's moving down the body, round your back. Just eating real food. real food. How close to nature is what you're putting in your mouth? Let's reverse this, lifting the head up, stretching those abs. Was it something that looks like it was just picked or just killed? I mean, I hate to say that, but roll your back here. Roll it on up. But that's the truth. Round your back here. Are the carbohydrates you're eating hard to chew? Like whole grain oats, you've got to chew those, as opposed to stepping back, stretching that hamstring and inner thigh here, opposed to the instant that are ground up. Your body doesn't have to do anything. It doesn't have to process that fiber, and that fiber is not going to help your digestive system because it's gone. It's been mutilated, right? Let's go inner thigh here. So if you have to chew your bread, it doesn't melt in your mouth because it's got sprouts and beans and, not beans, seeds, sorry, sprouts and seeds in it. That is a good thing. That's how you can kind of start to learn, you know, is this a processed food or is it not? All right, let's grab that chair. We're gonna hit those glutes one more time. So just start to take notice of that. And if you're opening a box or opening, you know, something out of the fridge, a tub of something, push here, read the label. How many ingredients are in there? You know, if it's 10, 12 ingredients and you can't pronounce 8 of them, you probably shouldn't eat it. Your body's not real clear on what to do with that. If it's got 2 or 3 ingredients, other side, here, much healthier for you. Your body's gonna be able to figure that out much quicker, digest it, because you're eating that fiber, process it through your system, and eliminate it before it causes inflammation, weight gain, that kind of thing. All right, take a deep breath. Exhale, did you like the workout? Tell me, comment below. Even if you did not like it, I want to hear from you. What was your favorite? What was your least favorite? If you've not subscribed, I invite you to subscribe. There's never a cost to subscribe. Another deep breath in. And you get to join us because you will see our next workout next time you open your YouTube page. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you that support this channel. It matters. Have a wonderful day or evening, and I will see you next time.